faces an 18% revenue drop due to inefficiency. The CEO's goal is to reduce the operational cycle time with streamlining proposal creations. The project aims to reduce the cycle time by 15%, ensuring compliances while improving efficiency and seller experience. The scope covers all geographies and brand deliverables, including root cause analysis, improvement recommendations, and a control plan. The current process involves multiple handoffs and multiple handoffs and inefficiencies, which result in delays exceeding the cycle time to 55 days, causing customer dissatisfaction and revenue loss. This is the process map that outlines roles and responsibilities from seller submission to final approval. As we can see, the delays happen due to handoffs, incomplete inputs, and regional variances. For example, Asia Pacific faces a slower approval rate due to hierarchical structures. Geography and brands greatly influence the delays. The geographical impact is due to time zone differences and regional workflows. The brand complexity impacts hardware and consulting services, which require extensive configurations, while software brands are similar. Optimizing these factors is the key to reducing delays and enhancing efficiency.
Yeah, so far we just saw how does the company work and what are the things which are fixing stuff. So let's just begin looking about the DPMO and the sigma level. And here we can just see the values of the DPMO and the sigma level. And here we can just see that most probably the values are like this because of the inefficiencies and the delays which were occurred in the bid process. So that's the reason we were just facing this kind of values over here. So basically, if you are able to use the RTA and some other stuff to just reduce those bottlenecks, maybe we can just get some good score. And then here, if we just see the brand and geographic performance, most probably the Asian companies, like the Asian geographic regions, are performing very well when compared to the others. Usually, if the bid price is more, obviously it takes some more time when compared to others. Like if the bid price is more, obviously it takes per person to just accept it. It may just take more time. So here we can just see both the things. So basically, the differences comes because of various regions applying on the same companies. And here we can just see the bid complexity versus the cycle time. So basically, higher the bid size generally leads to a longer cycle time, and also we can just see there is variability across different geographic regions, which is based upon the bid complexity. And then here we can also see the patterns which were occurred over here. So this patterns usually suggest us to just get some new innovative improvements methods, with which we can just reduce this complexity over time. And
so right here, you can see the major root causes the long cycle time. So I have highlighted the two steps that are taking the longest. And ZQT6 is basically the BSS technique configuration with the other team. And it's taking a long time because there are miscommunications, and not all EBSS staffs are trained, have the same experience to do the all transactions. So recommendation is that basically have a standardized checklist. So before handing off to the next steps, we need to have all the configuration details. And ZQT8 is taking a long time because what is missing in the previous stages are getting reviewed by the manager and getting sent back. So the back and forth is really contributing a lot to the long cycle time. And on left, on the work health, we can see there is reoccurring themes like incomplete information, incorrect configuration, missing information, or BSS inexperience. We can see these are something that we need to tackle on. So this is the performance of the BSS. So as mentioned in the case that not all BSS have the same experience in handling the transaction. So there are top performers, we highlight the top performers and underperformers the average cycle time is twice as long for the top underperformers. So there are possibly lack of lack of information and missing communications, and also a potential gaps in trainings and workload distributions that causes underperformers to have a longer average cycle times. And then for the performance sellers, as mentioned that not maybe some of them are working on a more complex transactions, so that's why they're taking a long time to do it. What we need to do is that we need to replicate what the top performers are doing, and then put that on the performance, so we can improve the overall process. And moving forward, that there are something we can build on to predict the cycle time with the feature selections, and we need to identify the key features. We can identify the key features and variables that we can predict the cycle time. And then for regression models, that we can use these to capture the linear and nonlinear relationships. Machine learning helps in improve prediction by improving complex relationships by using decision trees and random forests.
So based on this, we conducted the Pareto analysis on both BSS feedback and seller feedback. So for BSS feedback, the top issues were missing configuration details, incomplete information, and documentation provided late. For sellers feedback, the issues found were the difficulty in identifying BSS agent, incorrect configuration, and lack of domain knowledge. Um, uh, this diagram shows why we experienced the long cycle times in proposal creations. The main categories for this include the people with unclear roles, lack of training, and slow task completion. For workflow, it's complicated documentation. For information,
Could anybody see the bones?
It's showing on our,
showing here and
it's not showing there.
It's after cooked.
Yeah, it's showing on but this is how fish looks. Yeah, boneless fish. Yeah.
Show as a normal GPT one. I mean,
It's coming on our laptop. I can show you later on.
इसको क्या करना भाई क्या हो गया
कुक हो गया सर वो.
Oh, continue, no issue.
Proof.
So these are the main categories like people with financial constraints with budget limit, information with like data entry errors and delayed feedback, communication may lead to miscommunication, and policies and regulations with data privacy constraints. Recommendations for the improvements. The first is robotic process automation. It will automate the repetitive task like data entry to reduce the errors and save time. For example, currently the BSS agents are manually entering the data into the ERP system. So by using this RPA bot, this process can be automated, which will reduce the errors and save the time. The second is Pokayoke method, which will help prevent the errors, improve the quality, and save the cost. Next is gamification for engagement. We can introduce the reward system by creating the leaderboards, then awarding points for the meetings, meeting deadlines, and maintaining the quality, etc., which will encourage and create motivation among the employees. As the highest ones would get them recognition and the rewards by the end of the month. So this is the control plan to ensure ensure the success for these recommendations for RPA. We will monitor the task completions by weekly and minor errors by monthly. For proprietary method, we will track the errors prevented and the implementation of validations. For gamifications, we will measure the